you'd awoken to a chase, flying after an alien creature on the dawn, attempting to capture it and to collect more samples for the dawn. Your chase, however, was cut short as you'd come upon a flying island in the twisting storms. As you'd approach, you would be met with a harsh cold, wind, and snowfall, anchoring your airship and setting out into the town after a rest. You'd explored several houses so far, finding frozen, dead, desiccated bodies of the previous inhabitants, as well as a curiously frozen hippocampus in a greenhouse that seemed to slowly be thawing from the icy cold as steam flowed into the structure through pipes in the ground. Further in the town, you had seen frozen undead, scattering at your approach, even being flung into the sky by two nearby tornadoes twisting around a hole in the island. As you were set to explore more of the town, this is where we begin today's session. You'd just left the greenhouse, and the town lies before you.
I'm tempted to just check these last two houses while we're here. Because I feel like once we get into the rest of the town, we're not gonna come back this way.
There's probably no harm in doing so.
Alright. So I'm just gonna go and check the doors or window or whatever is.
Opening the doors and checking these two houses specifically, you find much of what you'd seen in the two adjoined houses over here.
Okay.
Largely empty rooms, aside from a few pieces of clutter here and there. Piles of furniture and bookcases piled against doors, windows, to very little avail, as in these houses you too find dead bodies.
It's more of the more frozen, the barricaded stuff. Not really worth that.
So they barricaded themselves. They were talking about a horde in these notes.
Yeah.
We should be very careful. I don't think it's just gonna be these small critters that ran away from us.
Yeah, probably not. I mean, so we captured the one critter. Is it worth? They didn't really seem intelligent. Is it worth studying it more before we jump into the rest of whatever this is, or?
Rhett, good question. As you go to explore these houses, would you make any effort to walk around them, or would you simply check near the doors and inside?
Yeah, if it's not too hard, I would like go in and if there's an obvious note or like last, diary that somebody was trying to leave there.
I meant more so, would you
or
pay attention to the outside surrounding
I think that's just passive, probably.
Okay.
Which would be 13.
Okay. Thank you. And then carry on.
So I don't know. What do you guys think? We can keep going. There's this big, I guess, like pointing at this building is like maybe a trade building.
It is sort of separating the sort of inner area of these houses and the street and the plaza towards the docks that you had seen. So it's also a visual lock. You'd had to climb over it previously, or at least Silas then. It does appear to be a fairly large building.
I don't really have a
I mean,
preference.
if it's a building at the docks, it could have like logbooks or maybe some information that
Yeah.
could help us out. But maybe just a quick check, not just roaming every single cupboard, but just get a quick glance in, I guess, wouldn't hurt.
I swear to God. God dang it, Jess.
I can't.
Fucking
It's. I can't help it.
Do I even want to know?
That's
Anytime
fine.
I hear his WhatsApp thing,
That's my notification sound.
I have to.
Whenever I
It's
get one,
like
there's
Pavilion's
always a
cat.
second one.
I
And it's
have
always-
to send him a message.
Oh,
It's really bad, and it's really horribly distracting. Oh, but I can't not do it. I guess we go over to look at the other building, take a peek that way.
You see the entrance sort of at the corner.
It's weird that I'm having trouble with chats.
Are you also getting the messages?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Feels random because last time it was me and Becca for some reason, so.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's odd.
Guess we double check and make sure there's no immediate traps at the door.
The door
But
before you
it's-
is much like a barn door. It's
Mhm.
fairly rickety. There's quite a few gaps in between the planks of this door. It
Okay.
is a set of double doors that you could swing open wide.
I guess we'll move to open them.
The doors swing open. Before you lies a fairly large room. Above you can see this sort of railing and gallery through very shabby wooden floorboards. And you see boats and more of these floating devices lying around in the room. One of them appears to be filled with air or whatever keeps it afloat. It is half sunk into the space below, where you find very large hatches that seem to simply lead outside through the floor.
Stuff on the floor, is that like just cold snow stuff, or is...
Yeah, much like
Okay.
the houses, the cold from outside seeps in through these very open floorboards, and of course the hatches, forming frost on their planks.
Since it's right there, can Evelyn take a moment to try and figure out, at least, like, is there anything special about the material of these kind of flotation balloons?
Go ahead and roll me an investigation roll.
You roll my dice. Well, that was a mistake. It's a 2. I didn't also open my character sheets. Oh, I think it's like a +9, so it's only gonna be like a 11 or 12.
you'd find that the material, at least to the touch, appears to be a light canvas sort of material. It is relatively rough, but there appears to be something filling in the gaps, like rubber or wax, to sort of form a seal on whatever it would be later filled with.
I'm gonna. Um. Yeah, I guess Emlyn will cast a. With detect magic up? Is anything pinging at all?
I think the scale it's like a little bit small. Let's see. Currently, you do not see anything in the radius around you, sort of from here to here.
I should probably move over closer to this one that is filled.
Yeah, as you near the air, it again gets significantly colder, but not so cold that you wouldn't be able to bear it. And there is a faint magical glow that you pick up just beyond this bulb, almost eclipsed by this half sphere that is sunk into the floor.
We'll move around and see
Move
what
from that one.
goes.
Yeah, before I go upstairs, I make sure that Red is with her. I don't want to leave her alone. So I guess he
I
would
want
be
to.
with her. So I go when I make sure that I look twice basically to make sure he's really close, and then I just go upstairs and make my way up there to check.
As you follow the
Really
magical glow, you see just lying in a basket this fairly large vial that is stoppered with a fairly elaborate metallic seal. Inside of the vial, you see a swirling bluish liquid that almost seems to form this faint visage every now and then.
Seems magical here. I'll try and identify it really quickly.
Yeah, it's like. You see that? Was that something?
It seemed like it. It was odd. And when we'll take a minute to identify.
As you touch the vial to identify it,
Mhm.
almost like a plasma ball, there are these darker strands of water that seem to sort of latch on to where you're touching it. And you cast Identify. The vial itself appears to be largely non-magical. It is a fairly robust, solid vial. And what is contained within appears to be magical. A creature. You do not get distinct information about this creature. However, you do know that it is an elemental.
What the hell is that?
That's the one.
It's some sort of elemental inside the vial.
Hang on. Huxley!
Yes.
You have any relatives?
What? Maybe? I don't know.
Come see if you recognize this thing.
Do I?
Go ahead and roll me an Arcana check.
I am great. Oh no.
So specialty, right?
Look,
I
it looks
think
like
that's a 9.
a dark and foreboding elemental.
You're not
which I've seen.
blind to the sort of elemental energies that you can feel as you're close to this vial. But even less than with an identifier, you have no idea what kind of elemental this is. However, it does appear to be a liquid, so you'd wager it to be water-based more than anything.
Uh, uh, I don't think I'm, I'm not water based.
Well, yeah. Okay, well maybe we'll talk to it later or something. Well, I don't know.
From
Can you
upstairs
talk
to
to it
here.
now?
I don't know much, but aren't we all water-based, kind of?
Mhm. Not entirely wrong.
I mean, do you think can you
I
hear
do-
us in there? Oh, wait, do you know elemental? What's elemental called? Primordial, right?
I do not.
Oh, well,
I can turn into an elemental and then I'll know elemental.
maybe if like we don't. Yeah, maybe later then, or unless you want to do that now. I don't know.
I mean, yeah. Turn into a water elemental.
Do you want us? We usually can't understand you before you.
We have the mind link thing.
Right, if I'm looking, I can
Oh,
telepathically have a conversation with someone.
I mean, I'm all for this. I was just saying more as, are we sure that's the best idea, Huxley? Because it's like really cold outside, for you to do that right now.
I can turn into a steam elemental.
Okay, you're the expert here. You do whatever you think is the right thing. to
Oh
do.
wait, never mind. I do not turn into that can also freeze. Maybe just bring it to the ship and I'll do it
Okay.
later.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So I guess we can pick it up. Do you find anything up there? Like,
Checking right now.
You'd think a steam elemental wouldn't freeze, just liquidize when it takes cold damage.
So from upstairs, sometimes you can still see Salis while he's searching through the stuff up here, looking towards Ablin, seemingly a little bit nervous as she's standing very close to the edge of a, like, very... But yeah, I mean, it's gonna be fine. There's someone with a broom next to her, and she has her grappling hooks, and there's like basically a red dragon next to her. She's gonna be fine. So
A
yeah,
wretched
I'm
dragon.
just gonna...
Wow.
Haha.
What?
But yeah, I'm gonna check upstairs to see here. This is like also a place where someone holed up, because I see like a bed here and like some table with which look like some coins or card games going on and weapons, and I wanna just check what
Go
if
ahead
someone
and
actually
roll
lived
me an
here.
Investigation roll.
Also a specialty of mine. Oh, not bad. It's a 50 plus 0. It's a 50.
Okay. You look around, you find all manner of mundane objects, several weapons, a table with cards. Someone definitely played some games here. And from the mug, you get this alcoholic smell. As you look inside, you see only the thin remains of what must have been a fairly strong alcohol. Curiously, it appears to be melting, as if it had been frozen by a much colder environment and only now has begun to thaw. Around the corner, you see straw, a mattress, a pillow, more weapons, a rifle, a sword, unfortunately, all mundane.
It doesn't look like someone left in a hurry or something. It just looked like someone's place.
It doesn't appear like someone had left in a hurry now.
The card game they were playing, something I... It seems familiar, the way the cards are there on the table. This is a random question, I know.
You'd recognize the cards to be of a similar pattern as Three Dragon Ante,
Mm-hmm.
but they're different pictures, so you're not exactly sure if it is the same game.
Okay. Basically, just wanted to check if Tritons played the same card games as us or something. Maybe it was the bandits. Maybe the bandits are not the Tritons. Maybe they're different people. I don't know anymore. I'm just a fighter. I just follow orders. Let's go.
Wow.
Anything down there?
Just the vial, but I'll have to probably put that aside for later.
Yeah.
All right, then let's move on, I guess. Upstairs, nothing really.
Yeah, do you think it's safe to put this thing in a bag? And take it in the file?
In inspecting the vial itself, Beggar, it does it seem to be like airtight?
Its seal seems to be solid.
It's probably safe to put in the bag. It's not anything that at least I would assume needs air as you would normally expect. So if it is existing in this space it's existing in, and not tied to some sort of a plane or something like that, then it's probably safe.
How big is this file? That answer doesn't give me like a great deal of confidence.
Trying to find something to equate it to. Hold on. Like it'd be about the size of a 1 liter water bottle in this sort of form. Cylindrical shape.
In that case, I will just put it in like a kind of outside compartment. It's not like the bag of holding, but one of the.
Okay.
Like, I assume I have larger pockets. And stuff.
Yeah.
Interesting, but no closer to finding anything really useful. Shall we move on?
Seems like there's little else here, so yes.
So, what's next? Maybe that building where those critters were gathering around?
Yeah. Yeah, I might have to. Well, it looks like a big old, it's almost like a block put together. Is that what you're talking about?
Oh, I was thinking this one. Think
Oh,
the
wow.
way around this
A
one, right? Oh, well,
Platform.
oh, that's just a platform. Okay.
Yeah, it's simply a platform at the center of the plaza.
Okay.
I mean, I can walk over there, but I think it's just like coal and
You see some very old, rusty. They almost seem more like iron pipes that seem to be connected to a large amount of furnaces. Most of these seem to be laden with coal. At this point, none of them are active anymore.
seems like this was like a eating area too.
Yeah.
Just looking at tables. I was suggesting we start into these bigger set of buildings. I don't
Yeah.
really feel like getting near the freaking war worms over there, but
I feel like at some point we're gonna go there, but for now we should check our backs basically beforehand. Do not get surprised
yeah.
before we reach the storm. Whatever that is.
Okay,
Do these pipes run into the ground?
they do.
Okay. Interesting.
So Hux, if you turned into a storm elemental and would fly into one of those, and he points over to those twisters basically, what do you think would happen? Good or bad?
I get flushed. Makes a exploding motion.
Oh,
I mean, in a fun explosion way or in a bad explosion way?
Depends. It could be fun.
Well, looks to over to Evelyn. I guess it's
bad.
the responsible choice is to not do this. If it happens, it happens. You know, you can make the best out of it. But for now, let's stay out of it, I guess. But he winks at you, Hux.
Winks back because I'm not sure if hooks know what that means.
Yeah. Sounds great.
does this building look like just a little like storage building shed thing?
It's largely open to the outside. While you see sort of halfway enclosing walls, the barn doors are wide open, both to the pier as well as to the town itself. There, again, seems to mostly be clutter along the sides. You don't see anything that appears out of the ordinary.
Just double check you didn't have like really important sign that I just think.
Mhm.
I guess we start approaching. Does it seem like this is the entrance to the complex?
You see a large set of double doors. There is a sign above, again written in a language you do not understand.
If I comprehend languages, what does this say?
I believe you'd have to touch.
How high is the sign?
It's fairly high up, about 10 feet or so.
You've got a broom.
I fly up real quick and touch it and read it. And flop it.
Okay. It simply reads residence.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. I think it says residence. I think we could have figured that out. Yeah, shall we try the doors? I'll try the doors.
Right. Might as well. There hasn't really been anything beyond barricades for the doors.
Mhm.
You attempt to simply open the door.
Yeah.
Then at the door. It opens up. As you pull open the door, there is a faint sense of not really heat that comes out with the wash of the air. More so, it feels like slightly less cold than outside. And before you opens an entrance. Adjust the time. Okay.
Step carefully.
The hall that opens up before you leads fairly high upwards. You see almost the second story that is simply open to this entrance hall. And even though there is this staircase in front of you that appears to lead up to this sort of railing, you don't see any door beyond it. Almost as if this was simply to speak over others in a meeting or something similar.
There's a general vibe, because we know that this place has been only abandoned for like a couple days. When I look at this rug, for example, does it give me the same feeling, or does it look older, like it's been hasn't been taken care of like forever? And not just the rug, just the whole
Everything
place.
around you looks largely damaged, and even though the rug doesn't appear to be damaged just from the cold, it more so seems neglected for possibly years. There is this strange sort of rot to everything, or more like a general decay. You can go ahead and roll me a quick nature check or survival.
Sure, let me check what's better for me. It's survival, a little bit better. Okay. That is a 14.
You'd wager that this rug was likely already not in the best condition to begin with. But much like the wood, it shows signs of frost damage, as in it has been frozen and then thawed again, and therefore just started to fall apart.
I mean, they were pirates, I suppose. A certain level of decorum should not be expected.
Yeah.
Any preference left or right first?
Right is probably the shortest and easiest way to glance at and then turn back the other way.
Yeah, makes sense.
Make sure nothing's behind us.
Check this door.
I thought Hux
Like
was
just as a
going
reference, I'll
downstairs.
keep detect magic up
I think Hux is looking in the sack.
while I'm here.
And in the grate.
I just imagine the scene right now before my eyes. Let's go right, and you can see immediately Hux turn left up the stairs, just drifting away from the group.
It's fine.
It's like Zorro in One Piece. Let's go right. Immediately drifts left.
I'm gonna like make some noise. Not like knocking, but like kind of rattle the doorknob. So I'm not surprised. Like I know that those things ran away from us, I'm not trying to like surprise one and force it into a fight if they want to
Okay.
continue to run away. I'm not like trying to sneak up and
Okay. You rattle the store lightly, and you hear nothing in response.
I open.
You open the door. And as soon as you peer in, there is this light catches your eyes. Just in the corner.
Looks pretty dead.
This spectral, ghostly form moving through the room
Ghost.
that does not appear to have noticed you yet.
I suppose I should exit. I think there's a mermaid ghost in there. Siren ghost? Frightened siren ghost? I don't.
A ghost.
Yep. Yeah, yep. It's super ghosty. You can look. Yeah, you go ahead and look. Okay, what else?
I don't think I've ever seen a ghost. Takes a look.
Look.
Yeah, you peer around the corner, you see this spectral, translucent figure moving through the room. It almost looks as if it were underwater, with its spectral hair sort of floating through the air.
I want to check if it can hear stuff. I want to take a copper coin and throw it into the other side of the room.
How close do you throw him?
Hang on a second. Hang on.
Okay.
Hey, give me the cannon. Oh my god, why is this so heavy? I forgot about that.
Yeah, I want to throw it as far into the corner of the room as possible.
You're taking the cannon in your hands?
Yeah, I'm gonna like drag it.
Uh,
I know how heavy it is.
there's an athletics check
Yeah.
if you wanted to use it with your hands.
I can roll that now, I guess.
Oh,
It is heavy, and what's even worse, it is metal.
Oh,
It
my
is
hands are stuck to it. Oh
cold.
god.
oh no.
Oh god. Okay, bad idea. Never mind. So I can. If we get in a fight with this thing, though, radiant damage. I'm just ghost radiant cannon. Just thinking ahead
Okay, I'm going to throw the copper coin
Okay, where do you aim the copper?
towards this corner of the room.
So you're trying to throw past it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you said it's moving a little bit up and down or something.
Yeah, currently it appears to just be staring out the window.
Okay.
As your copper coin lands, I'm not gonna make you roll for it. It's a copper coin. You should be you're fairly used to throwing something that small. It clanks into the corner of the room. There's even this slight ding of a bottle that it hits on the way down. And you hear this gasp, this as the creature does appear to react and move. You see it sort of moving its face close to everything, looking around.
Did it look like it went like full attack mode or something, or did it just look like, huh? Must have been my
You saw it
imagination.
sort of turn its head and everything else followed, but in terms of aggressiveness, there's not much you'd be able to tell from.
Okay. Okay, Hux, now we know something. Ghosts can hear. I'm looking behind what's Ablin and Red doing right now.
It Marlon's just standing back in case you
Okay.
guys provoke attack from a ghost.
What do you mean? Yeah. How would that ever happen?
We should scream at it really loud.
Even Silas is a little bit confused now. Why?
I don't know. Because I can hear it.
Okay. Keep that in mind, I guess. Maybe, maybe we should just, for now, close the door and talk to the others what they think. No, being responsible and just. I'm so bad at this, I know. But I'll try.
Maybe she just wants water.
The ghost?
Let's see, what tales have I heard of ghosts? What things
Go
can
ahead
ghosts?
and roll me a history check.
Killed wind.
20, dirty 20. Trying to think if I can
Being
remember.
from Polythreme, you'd be close enough to cover on north side of the continent that you'd probably heard stories of ghosts in the mountains. Mostly, not really heroic tales or anything of the like, likely mostly only scary stories. And most of these stories seem to center around people making a campfire out in the woods, and being beset by these ghosts throughout the night. Trying to think if you'd know.
Be set like in any.
You'd know that they sort of come with a fairly cold wind. And likely part of these stories would be that whenever someone would make a fire or have open torches that wouldn't be sort of shielded by any way, like in a cabin or a stone structure, that it would attract these ghosts.
Okay. The only stories I remember sort of about this are that they're like cold ghosts. And they don't like fires. Or maybe they're attracted to fires. We shouldn't start a fire.
Right.
Okay.
Unless we want to piss it off. In which case we should start a fire.
But does fire hurt it?
I don't actually remember.
Hmm.
Presumably somebody survived to tell the story, so maybe.
It's odd that we've now come across two sort of creatures that are more fittingly in place in the water, not necessarily out of the water.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I mean, these people were like tridents, right? So it's not surprising there's at least some kind of connection to the ocean.
There's a connection, certainly, but if it was just the siren or mermaid, whichever it is, possibly if they killed it and threw it in, or it was haunting them, that could possibly give some explanation as to why it's here now. But combined with the other creature that is most certainly needs to be underwater to survive, it's a bit odd. Just something I'm trying to work out.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess before we piss off this ghost, we close the door again and check the other way first.
Yeah, we can. I imagine that it could, if it wanted to, like flip through a wall. It didn't really seem like, or maybe like under a gap. I don't know.
Just be on your guard.
Yeah,
Eyes peeled for anything.
I'll check this one.
You open the door and, at least for a moment, nothing seems to be present in this room. You see a large table that looks like it was meant for quite a few people. You see decay and rubble, much like the rest of the town.
It's gonna circle around and give things a general look. I'll probably see that.
Moving further towards the fairly open corridor, at least looking around, you see another one of the ghosts moving alongside. You see then likely a portion of the wall, even a little bit further up this arch that likely once held the door, has collapsed. There's rubble on the ground. And the corridor before you appears to be open to the outside. There is a cold wind blowing in.
There's another one up there.
Evelyn will lean back to let Hux and Silas know that there is another ghost up ahead so that they can stay quiet.
I don't really see how we get into the rest of the structure without disturbing them.
I mean, you can turn Hux into a red dragon. Can you turn one of us into a ghost so we can walk through walls too? What about a
So
dragon ghost?
the answer to both those is maybe, but I did already let Evelyn see the future a little bit today.
Uh-huh.
About that.
A little bit.
Just a little bit.
A little bit of the future.
So
Was that foresight?
yes.
It's okay.
I could make a hole in the wall.
There
I
is a hole
think
in
that
the wall,
is-
that's what that is.
I think that's pretty loud. And if we've learned something about these creatures, is they can hear.
No, I can make it silent.
Oh.
Relatively.
Relative. What do you mean with relatively?
Well, I still have to cast it now.
Oh.
And then
Yeah.
stone turns to mud, and that might make a noise, but it's not as loud as bashing a hole into a wall.
Sure, sounds like a plan at least.
And I can do it 3
Oh.
times.
Alternatively, if we wanted to be like really sneaky and try to get him one place, we could start a fire on purpose. Like, you know, kind of pointing like way over there in that room, and then we could sneak through this way
Uh-huh.
because
If,
they like fire or something.
If
I can make a fire really quickly.
at distance or nearby?
At distance, I think. But it doesn't say. Why is the range missing? But
What's
I think I
that
think
one?
30 feet crit bonfire.
That's 60 feet.
You can do it at range and you could go quietly open the other door again, stand at this door here, look in, and do it from all the way over here, and then we could close this door and go about it that way. But I should point out that we're setting a fire relatively close towards the entrance on... It likely won't burn much, but it could cause a lot of smoke. The wood's relatively damaged at this point in time, and I imagine there's still some moisture in it. So it might, and with the cold, it might not spread very far, but it could cause an excessive amount of smoke.
I mean, if it even works, didn't we like read stuff about fire is not burning and going out and whatnot
Yeah, that
because of the cold? So, we don't even know if it works at all.
Well, I mean, there is a fireplace. Like, I don't know if you want to peek your head in that far, but or like we can. I'm not opposed to. Listen, I'm not scared of ghosts. Okay.
I think they're fascinating.
So, what do we want to do here?
A distraction, or we could try and be as quiet as possible.
I can stand here.
Yeah.
Where should I put the...
And in the far room, so you'll have to go open that door again, but if you can do it at range, the furthest back that you can will be best.
Yeah, just crack that door open so you can see, and then come back down over here.
Oh, that's it. I guess like here.
What exactly do you cast?
Create bonfire. So for 1 minute, a magical bonfire fills a 5-foot cube.
Okay.
It does also ignite flammable objects.
And you have to cast with verbal.
Yeah. I would probably try to cast it like on the ground here, not on the furniture.
Okay. You cast create bonfire, and a bonfire springs into existence. You see the room light up in warm colors as this bonfire starts flickering. And it almost takes a moment before this ghost turns around at the flickering flames. And as soon as you see it sort of turn its hand, you hear again this this moves close, and you see it sort of swiping at the fire.
I'll, like, close the door and give a thumbs up.
Seems like it works. Let's move.
As you move towards the corner, go ahead and roll me a perception roll.
$25.
As you move around the corner, there is this sort of almost a gust of wind that you feel, mixed in with the cold wind that you can feel coming in from the outside. There is almost this warmer air that seems to be intermixing with this icy cold coming sort of from this area, where you see one of the ghosts that kept walking back and forth now holding its hands towards a door, almost scratching at it.
Where does the warmth seems to be coming from?
That direction.
Hmm.
Is it still there?
It's there. It's it's looking as if it's like trying to go through a door.
That's weird. Why doesn't it come to the fire?
I don't know, but it seems like it's a little bit warmer over there. I don't know if it's the fire or something else. I guess I might as well use the time and check the door real quick.
Yeah, go ahead, I'll cover it.
Trying to be as quiet as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go
But
ahead
it
and
looks
roll
like-
me a stealth check.
There's a wall like here,
No?
or the ghost doesn't. The ghost just doesn't continue.
The ghost does not continue. It's sort of stopped at this door.
Yeah.
It's trying to get into this room or something.
Maybe doors are their weakness.
It's kind of strange.
Stealth?
Yeah.
16.
29.
If it's based on sound, I can roll again.
It is based on
Well.
sound.
25.
Good thing this natural one doesn't matter for my advantage roll.
And you open the door?
Yes.
Was it? What? What the? Hold on.
It's not erasable.
Bow to me. Because it's on a heightened level. You'll be in here for a second. Go. All right. You open the door, and the room before you, much like the rest of the room, largely empty.
Yeah, Silas leans back, looks at Red. This place for Ablin. A lot of paperwork.
Said there might be interesting notes in there. I said Applin.
Right. Let's go take a look.
Okay.
And I'm going to try and sneak forward.
I kind of want to watch. You go ahead. I kind of want to watch this thing in case it, like, there's somebody in there. I'm gonna, like, stay right at this corner.
Okay.
Now we'll keep an eye on Ablin.
As Evelyn and Silas move around the corner, you stand to observe the ghost for a couple.
Does anything in the room ping as magical?
You look around, and at the moment at least, nothing appears to ping magical.
Then she will go towards notes. Comprehend languages.
That's an hour.
That's an hour. I think, yeah, she already cast that, so I don't think it's written down. It hasn't been an hour since the last time we were in the first house, right?
No. Probably only a couple of minutes.
Then she will kind of, at a glance, looking over the notes, can she tell before even trying to read any of them, really? I'm assuming at a glance they're not common or a language that she recognizes.
No.
Okay.
You can tell that a few of these and the book with its open pages appear to be some sort of list just from the way it's arranged.
So trying to see if there's a difference in any of the notes, like initially before attempting to decipher them, is there anything that looks more clearly like, oh, maybe this is a journal page versus this is an inventory or something along those lines?
Generally, all of these pages seem fairly organized.
Okay. Then she'll go ahead and look at one to try and get an idea of what she's looking at. So she'll reach out, touch one, and try and work on comprehending it.
Looking through a few of these pages, you would find an inventory of weapons, of armors, of what translates very roughly as sky ships, as well as a stock of food. There are separate lists as well that seem to be manifests of some kind of trade. There are also manifests that refer to regular ship, as in naval ships, which do appear to date older than the more recent ones you find. But other than that, these books do not hold much information. There are no personal notes of the author or any orders specifically.
Are there any locations that were listed that would stand out as something recognizable, even more specifically in mention of the naval ships?
There would likely be the names of ships, but none of them you recognize.
But no locations like, oh, this was
No
their
locations,
destination,
no.
or okay. Alright. Seems like, mostly inventory, probably simply more of someone who was keeping stock of everything.
Huh. And when I check these weapons and crates and whatnot while she translates, can I see anything worth mentioning or just standard stuff?
Most of these weapons seem to be relatively mundane, which you can tell by the fact that they're not rusty, but they have this sort of, you can tell that they're not in great condition. They likely haven't been taken care of in the best way. There are plenty of weapons and even shields and armors around, but none of them seem to be in extremely good condition.
Amateurs. The professional bodyguard with him thinks, how can you not take care of your weapon?
Can you give me a quick constitution save?
16.
Okay. You hear something very faint, but very shrill. This suddenly emanating from the door And you see the ghost hold both of its hands to its non-existent ears as it reels back from the door.
I'd say, quick.
You
Such
feel
was the
these
movement.
sort of faint echoes of that shrill sound, almost latching onto your mind. But you shake them off of you fairly quickly.
Can I walk Huxley a little around the corner this way?
Sure.
I think there is somebody in there or something. Did you hear that?
Did I?
You probably would have heard a faint echo. And then you hear again the
We should go this way. We should go this way.
and you see the light sort of coming around the corner.
Let's close the door.
Okay, there's definitely something live in the other room over there, and not like a ghost alive, like actually alive.
Interesting.
And it just made like maybe a singing, maybe a sound. It repelled the ghost somehow.
I look at Hugs. So you have to scream at the ghost.
Yeah, that's maybe.
Or
I really-
maybe not scream, but like make like a really high. Hugs makes like a really high pitch, like.
What? Would you do that right now?
Did you make it a loud high-pitched screech? Or
No,
you do,
no, he's
because you
still
can't do it
whispering.
quite. Okay, like a.
So it's like very like broken.
Can't you like turn into a spider and check the room over there or something?
Well,
Spiders are safe from ghosts.
Probably don't care about spiders, the ghosts.
I don't know about that. They cared about like a little calming, right? I was gonna suggest we just like teleport in there, like boom. I don't want to like mess up
Like,
their
we don't know
defenses.
what's really in there. What if you teleport into something? Or us into something? To like
yeah,
a table or
we
something.
Yeah, that's true. I suppose. Or we could do Huxley's thing of like making a hole in the wall. Although that might make whoever's in there kind of mad.
I can fix it.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Maybe.
Hmm.
Probably not really, actually.
Oh, we could walk through the door.
Yeah, we could. Yep, we could try to go through the door, but it seemed to be at least somewhat barred. And the ghost is somewhat mad about being repelled. And it still didn't care about the bonfire over there. I don't know what's going on.
We
I
could,
think we're gonna have to take this ghost out. That's what it comes down to. Unless you feel like really bad.
We can sneak around them. Can
Okay.
just check the door and ask, hey, a not ghost here. Who are you?
Okay, why don't you go ahead and do that, and we'll try.
Sure.
Okay. This is not gonna work.
You move down the corridor and you see a pile of rubble in your way.
And
Try to carefully climb over it.
yes. I'm a cat, that's my specialty.
Go ahead and roll me an acrobatics.
No, a cat would actually push over all the stuff that's still not broke.
Yeah,
Oh my
you just run
Uh,
straight through.
We'll see how this one goes. It's a 15.
Saw the 20.
Okay. On your way over the rubble, there's probably this sort of handle of the broom that's just lying there. Catch on your feet a little bit, and there's this slight noise of it sliding further down. But not a whole lot of noise. In the distance around the corner, you see the ghost sort of moving again, staring back into that corner. But you still see the light of the bonfire flickering.
Lost interest. Is that another one of those? Must have been my imagination, and returned back to. Yeah, I'm gonna give like the slightest like kind of a knock. Be like, hey, in there! I'm not a ghost. Are you alive?
Again, you hear this almost spectral rising to a sudden screech.
I think it's working.
I think it is.
Does a 15 hit you?
Oh, shit.
No.
Okay. You hear the door almost slightly rattle under the pressure of that noise, and you lean away from it. It's shrill and it somewhat hurts your ears, but this almost fog that seems to waft around your mind doesn't affect you.
Now might as well try and open the door.
As you try and open the door, you find that it's not locked, but something is blocking the door.
Okay, can I push a little bit to see if I can like get a glimpse into the room?
Even pushing, something heavy is sort of weighing against it. You'd have to push fairly hard.
I see. Well then, I guess I try to get out of this thing's range, whatever it does.
I feel like something's in there, right?
It didn't happen. It didn't work. I mean, yeah, something tried to like kind of felt like almost like a psychic attack.
Oh.
I don't think whatever is in there did like my voice or something. Probably another kind of ghostly figure thing.
That the other ghosts don't like?
I mean, what I've seen is a couple pipes leading into that room.
Yeah.
Maybe someone can like get into that room through a pipe to check it, or if maybe there's another door leading in there. I don't know.
Make a door, but
Yep.
Also that, yeah.
not sure we want to get in there.
I'm like super curious though. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it seems like the door was blocked by something inside, so someone has blocked themselves in there and then maybe turned into a ghost. So that's also weird.
I don't know what to do with this information. Do you want to check down like outside? Is that outside?
It does appear to lead outside, just from the air and light that you see from the direction.
Just because there might be another door to that room over there, right?
Yeah, might as well check.
Or we can make the door.
Oh, that's a big one.
Move around
Is that a
through
fucking
this tunnel,
shot?
and
Yes.
you
Telling
see
you.
before you a fairly large courtyard opening up. To your side, unfortunately, you only see a wall and another pipe. On the other side, you see a small opening that seems to lead somewhere else. There's also a window over here leading around this entire sort of inner yard. And below you, you see a large hole in the center of that stone structure that appears to simply lead into the clouds below. Next to it, you see some frozen fish and a large dark stained writing across the ground. Again, in that same language you've been seeing.
Hey, Red, what does that mean? Looks ominous.
Yeah, I have to touch it. I mean, I don't have to touch it. I'd have to touch it to read it. I'm not like under mind control.
Oh.
Where I have to touch it.
Or maybe Abram can read it. She read the books.
She'd probably have to touch it too.
Oh.
There isn't a door on that side, and that's a shard. And like, what? This place was underwater recently? I don't understand.
I mean, that's what we read in one of the notes, right? They heaved this thing up from their old
I
home or
guess so.
something.
But like, why are the sharks still there? It's just weird.
Depends on how long ago there was.
I guess.
Maybe they just heaved the island up like a week ago. It was just bad timing because then all the Arcanum stuff happened.
Yeah, I get it. It's just not quite making sense yet. Huxley.
Yeah.
You want to make the door on this side? If we care about getting into this room. Do we care about getting into this room? Like indicating, like,
It
you want
seems
to come.
like the better way to make a door.
Like,
I was just glaring at this stupid shark, like, but why?
Yep, yeah, exactly. It's like, it's close to making sense, but not quite.
Not quite there yet.
I just realized that apparently something got deleted off of this map when I probably saved over it with a wrong thing.
Oh no.
Because next to that, writing that is supposed to be a small arrow.
like
I
on
mean,
the
I
ground?
could just fly
Oopsie.
down there real fast and see
In the same
what that
style
says.
as the writing.
Yeah. But to be fair, maybe you should just do that while we open the door, in case it's something else.
That works. Everyone will fly down.
Okay.
Alright,
You
can
fly
make
down, and surrounding this courtyard at this lower level, you find is largely only stone wall. There are no further doors.
Detect magic isn't thinking anything, correct?
Nope.
Then she will touch the letters and start working on trying to decipher what it says while
Okay.
they're
As soon as
trying to
you
make a
sort of
wall.
touch the general area of the ground, these letters unfurl for you. Currently it's upside down, but as you tilt your hand, you see that it simply reads, "Follow the heat."
Alright, go ahead. Huxley.
Yeah. I'll make a hole by casting
Okay.
Transmute Rock.
You make a hole. How large do you make this hole?
Just 5 by 5 feet.
Okay. You open up a path. Inside this room, you see this slight cloud of steam. Not really from any direct heat that wafts out at you. It is slightly warm in here, but not nearly enough to really heat up the place in any significant way. On the other side, you see through a spectral form a body lying against the door. And, well, you see a spectral form. Currently, it is not looking at you. It seems to be looking towards the door.
Oh, dang it, hard it is.
More ghosts. It's more ghosts.
This might be a. No, I'm not sure. Oh my. Wait, unless. Is it possible to identify like the creature and ghost?
In terms of
Like what it
What?
was? Like it looks like a siren to me. Does that
from
seem accurate?
at least where you're looking, you'd be able to tell just from the fact that the lower body of this creature seems to end in a long, thinned tail. Then it is likely a merfolk, and saying that it is likely a siren is not too far off. Or was.
I'm gonna try to sneak away outside.
What if we resurrected?
Hey.
I could do it, or you could do it, or reincarnate.
I think I am not prepared anymore.
Okay, I have diamonds for resurrection, but that takes like an hour. So we'd have to like get the body, release the soul from here, and then resurrect it.
Does it matter how long it was dead?
Like 10 days, but it's definitely not been 10 days.
Do that?
Okay. So do you think we need to like fight the ghost of it first?
Maybe Silas can sneak in and just steal it.
Looks somewhat incredulously at the suggestion, but
He's really
He's also really focused on Ablin right now.
Contest with it while he steals it.
sneaky. We can distract it.
Yeah, I'll have a singing contest with the siren, and he'll steal the body. This
Yeah.
definitely makes sense.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna sneak over here and see what everyone's got.
And we'll be turning around for the glance up to, prior to Rhett coming back out, glancing up to Skylar. And we'll telepathically, so she's not being loud. The, words say that we should follow the heat, and it's pointing that way.
Evelyn,
So-
you see this sort of arrow just sort of pointing towards a brick wall.
Alright.
But as you follow the arrow a little bit upwards, you see that following the platform around this embedded plaza, you can see another window. an opening.
I'm inclined to think that we need to head up there. And then probably wreck him out. Whether or not Silas relays that or not.
I will.
Okay, that's cool. But there's like a dead merfolk siren in there.
Uh-huh.
Semi-recently dead, but there's a ghost of it as well. But maybe if we distracted it and the ghost is like its soul, we could potentially resurrect it. But Huxley thinks you can sneak in and steal its body, which I am questioning.
That sounds very hard to do. How big is the room?
Small.
And does she look towards the body?
Yeah. That's was blocking the door. You're trying to push it.
I mean, hey, Hux. You have that invisibility cloak still, right?
Oh my god, this is a great idea.
I think you have to spend a couple hours with it to actually like use its thing, right?
Is it attunement?
I don't remember. That's why I'm asking. I don't know if it had attunement or not.
I'd imagine it would be.
Yeah,
An hour.
cloak of invisibility.
I can make you invisible. That's the trouble.
I mean, if you can make me invisible, I can definitely try. Oh yeah, we haven't done that in a while. I just didn't even think about it.
It's just like, okay, but like, you see the body in there, right? It's pretty big.
Yeah, I have a bag.
It's like,
Does it look like it fits in the bag?
Like a bag of holding?
Yes.
It'd probably take you a bit to stuff it in there. It would likely fit through the opening.
I think I can make it fit. Maybe you guys can like distract the thing in the meantime. Like I sneak in there, you wait 30 seconds and then you make a distraction.
okay. Maybe we can get them to fight each other. He didn't like the other ones.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah.
and as Silas turns to Red, like in the corner of his eye, he sees Ablin wandering off, and he's like, "I feel also like someone should keep an eye on Ablin."
Okay, yeah. Okay. Okay, listen. Alright, I'm gonna make you invisible. Huxley, you distract the thing and run it over to the other ghosts and make them fight each other. You can do that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Good plan. I guess I'll guess regular invisibility. I think should be fine.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
On Silas. And then I'll start
Okay.
flying away. This can't possibly go wrong.
No. 100%
No, it's
success.
Totally fine.
Succeed. Okay. Are you ready, Hux?
Hey, Ghost!
No, I'm not in there yet. Oh god.
Break Huxley though. No wait. Huxley didn't know you were invisible.
Okay, so as you move in, Huxley immediately calls out, "Hey, ghost!" And you see the siren
Best plan.
turn. This is sort of midway, and you know that you're invisible, but you see her staring at you as you hear a soft melody coming from her mouth. This Go ahead and roll me initiative.
Wait, can I
Oh,
not roll
Question.
to can I not run to here?
Oh, were you running in with Silas?
Yes. Yeah, that's why I moved my token. I wanna run in past the siren and then throw myself against the door to open the door.
Amazing.
Oh my god. Okay, so then, okay, change of things. As you run past, she looks at you, not Silas. And combat begins, but you can still try and throw yourself against the door. Question though, Alma,
uh-huh.
time wise,
Yeah.
how are you feeling?
I mean, I'm feeling good, but I have work tomorrow, so I have to go to bed even if I don't want to.
Nowish?
Yes.
Okay, then we will end just before you guys enter combat with this thing.
And the siren sings a song that goes like this.
Very short session today.
Ha,
Unfortunately, then go ahead and mark down
ha.
your initiative. And we will start with that next time.
It's fine. They're just gonna fight each other.
It's the sudden chaos unfolding.
And she starts singing, "Let me take the suffering from you."
I know exactly what you are.
A siren. God dang it. Why is